Okay. We'll start with a word of prayer. Yahweh, our Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day and for all the words that were spoken so far. And I pray that you open our hearts and minds to receive this Bible study and with an open heart and a light heart and look at your word and gain every jewel we can from it to further your kingdom in every area. In Yahshua's name we pray, amen. Okay, I was going to talk about my least favorite subject in the Bible, I thought. So if anybody falls asleep, I totally understand. I started this, I did this study, and I was very intrigued by it, even though I was not interested in it. And the end result outweighed the rest of it, I guess, is what you could say. So I did the study, and it was very intriguing at the end, so I thought I'd share it with you, but if you can get through it with me. Okay, the title of it is Feast Dates and Sabbaths. We'll start in Exodus 12. 1-6. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This is a month. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak unto ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take them every man a lamb according to his house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the house be too small, or too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbors next to his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it from the sheep and from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Okay, there it kind of gives you some dates. And so I'm going to read a few scriptures I wrote down with dates in it. And we'll kind of paint a picture of dates. And we'll see that the whole Bible's basically a fixed date. They have fixed dates and everywhere. Okay. Leviticus 16:29. And it shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that sojourneth among you. And there we got another date. And then let's go to Leviticus 23, 1-16. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is a Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their season. In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover. On the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work in, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, then shall ye reap the harvest thereof. Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the firstfruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before Yahweh, to be accepted to you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And you shall offer that day, when you wave the sheaf, a lamb without blemish of the first year, a burnt offering unto Yahweh. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, and the 4th part of a hin. And you shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto Yahweh. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in your dwellings. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and you shall offer a new meat offering unto Yahweh. Okay, that brought me into the Sabbaths, because you cannot find out that feast without knowing your Sabbath. So then I had to do a study on Sabbaths, but we'll get to that later. I'll finish the date. Okay, where was I? Leviticus 23. And then we'll skip to verse 27. Also on the 10th day of the 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. There's another date, Leviticus 23:34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh. And so there we got a bunch of more dates that we could... I actually took a piece of paper and charted it all out because I wanted to see, because I had a tough time seeing, so I wrote this down. And it was a very interesting calendar I came up with, and very astounding how accurate. And then Leviticus. No, we're done with Leviticus. Let's go to Numbers 28. Okay, Leviticus, Numbers 28, 16 through 18. Okay. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of Yahweh, and the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread be eaten. In the first day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no work of servile work therein. No manner of servile work therein. Okay, then we'll go to Numbers 29, 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing of trumpets unto you. And there we have another date set. Okay, Numbers 29, 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month the holy convocation. Ye shall afflict your souls, and ye shall not do any work therein. And there we have another date. Okay, Numbers 29, 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. Okay. And then we'll go to Joshua 5:10. And this is 40 years later. They're still keeping the same date, obviously. What's that? Joshua 5:10. And the children of Israel camped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even in the plains of Jericho. And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cake, parched corn in the selfsame day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan. And there we have a bunch of fixed dates, and it kind of paints us a picture of these dates of when Yahweh established the feast days and put all these dates in there. A lot of these dates are not given. You have to find out the Sabbath. So I kind of thought I'd go over the Sabbath too and paint you a picture of that, and then we'll combine them both together and see how they fit together. Because it appears to me that the Sabbaths, the feast days, and the Sabbath of years and the Jubilees is all tied together. It's all the same thing. Okay. So we'll start at the beginning on that. Genesis 2 through 3. And on the seventh day, Yahweh ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from his work which he had made. And Yahweh blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from the work that Yahweh had created and made. That was Genesis 2 through 3, 2 and 3. And then we'll go to Exodus 31. And I'm sure there's more scriptures. I just jotted down a few of them here.
What's the chapter again?
Exodus 31.
Is that chapter 31?
Exodus 31, 15 through 17. Okay, 15. 6 days may work be done, but the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Yahweh. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and refreshed. And then we'll go to Exodus 34, 21. Okay, 21. 6 days thou shalt work, but on the seventh day thou shalt rest. In earing time and in harvest time thou shalt rest. So even if you have lots of work to do, you still need to rest. Okay, we'll go to Exodus 35, verse 2. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be unto you a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to you, to Yahweh. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Okay, Deuteronomy 5, 12 through 14. Uh, 5, 12 through 14. 12. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as Yahweh thy Elohim hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy maidservant, nor thy manservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. Okay, Exodus 16:26. Now I'm going backwards again. How to do that? I guess I must not have had enough. Had to start over. Okay, 16:26. Exodus. 6 days ye shall gather in, but on the seventh day, which is a Sabbath, in it there shall be none. Exodus 20, 9 through 11. Okay. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of Yahweh thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy maidservant, nor thy manservant. I'm always mixing these up. nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. I guess I go through 11. For in the 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth and the sea and all that them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Okay, Deuteronomy 15, 12 through 14. Okay, verse 12. And if thy brother, an Hebrew man or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. There's a Sabbath of bond servants of a fellow Hebrew servant. He only serves these 6 years, and the 7th he goes free. Also states you open your hand to him as well. You don't just, you open your hand to him as he goes. You don't just boot him out. Okay, where were we? That was Deuteronomy 15, 12 through 14. Okay, Leviticus 25. 2 through 24. (25) 2 through 24. Okay. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, say, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying unto them. Wow, this one's long. This one must be about the land Sabbath. When ye come into the land which I have given to you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto Yahweh. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyards, and gather in the fruit thereof. But the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for Yahweh. Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vineyard undressed. For it is the year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant, and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee, and for thy cattle, and for the beasts that are in thy land, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee. 7 times 7 years, the space of 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month. And in the day of atonement shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land, and unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. And a jubilee shall be the 50th year be unto you, and ye shall not sow neither reap that which groweth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes in it of the vineyard undressed, for it is the jubilee. It shall be holy unto you. Ye shall eat the increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this jubilee ye shall return every man unto his possession. And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee thou shalt buy of thy neighbor, and sell according to the number of years of the fruits he shall sell unto thee. According to the multitude of years thou shalt increase the price thereof, and according to the fewness of years thou shalt diminish the price thereof. For according to the number of the years of the fruits doth he sell unto thee. Ye shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy Elohim, for I am Yahweh your Elohim. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them, and ye shall dwell in the land in safety, and the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell therein in safety. And ye shall say, What shall we eat the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow, nor gather in the increase. Then I will command my blessing upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years, and ye shall sow the 8th year, and eat yet of the old fruit of the 9th year, until her fruits come in. Ye shall eat of the old store. The land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine. For ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all the land of your possession ye shall grant a redemption for the land. Anyway, that talks about the year of Jubilees, which is the 49th and 50th year, Sabbath years, which also occurs yearly with the 49th and 50th day as the Feast of Weeks, or Day of Atonement. No, what's that? Pentecost, that's what it's called. Sorry. Okay, Exodus 23, 10 through 12. So you find all this repeating itself over and over again. I'm going the wrong way. Exodus is this way. 23. Through 12. And 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruit thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest, and lie still, that the poor of the people may eat, and that they may leave the beasts of what they leave, the beasts of the field shall eat. And in like manner you shall deal with thy vineyard and thy olive yard. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid and thy stranger may be refreshed. So there it kind of paints you a picture of the Sabbath. It is 6 days work, and 7th is a rest. And that is also a fixed date as well from the beginning of time. It is set at a fixed date. Now, when you combine the fixed date that they have that I went earlier with the feast days and with the Sabbaths, you go 6 and 7, 6 and 7th. Miraculously, I don't think so. I think divinely, every high day lands on a Sabbath. And except for, there's a few of them. Day of Atonement does not land on a Sabbath. But every other feast day always lands on a Sabbath, if you keep it on a fixed set schedule. So so I kind of after I did that study, and I thought, well, that's kind of amazing. Then I started reading other things, and I came up with all kinds of things that just blew me away. Anyway, by keeping that in mind, in the back of my mind, and when you run across other scriptures, you come up with all these other dates like Numbers 10:11, the 20th of the 2nd month. That's totally meaningless. But if you find out that it's fixed days, you know exactly what date it is. It was the day after the Sabbath. They packed up the tabernacle and left. Exodus 42, the first day, let's see, the first month, they set up the tabernacle. First day of the first month, that's pretty obvious, it's the first day of the week. So they set up the tabernacle that day. Otherwise it's meaningless, but at least you know what time it was. And then you run across other scriptures like Genesis 7:11, the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the fountains of the deep were broke up, and Noah's ark lifted up on the water. It actually gives all those dates. And then it also gives the date of when the ark landed, the 17th day of the 7th month, which is Genesis 8, 3 through 4. And so it gets a lot more picturesque if you see it as a fixed date and you know what's going on instead of all these meaningless dates. And this one here really blew me away. Maybe I'll just kind of go over the whole thing. Exodus 19, 1 through 6. Okay. I don't know if I need to read all of it, but it starts out in the chapter, in the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone out of the land of Egypt, the same day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. And anyway, this is basically the giving of the law, I believe. And let's see, I'll probably skip down to 9 or so. And Yahweh said to Moses, Lo, I came unto thee in a thick cloud, the people may hear thee and deliver thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people. And Yahweh said to Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes and be ready against the 3rd day. For the 3rd day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon the mountain, and thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that ye go not up into the mountain, nor touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mountain shall be surely put to death. There shall not an hand touch it. And he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be a beast or a man, it shall not live. And when the trumpet sounded long, they shall come up to the mountain. And Moses went down from the mountain unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the 3rd day. Come not at your wives. And it came to pass on the 3rd day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moses, I think that was as far as we needed to go. But anyway, the dates are meaningless unless you know that it's a fixed date and you know what's happening here. Does anybody know what the 3rd day of the 3rd month would be? Well, it turns out to be the 3rd day of the 3rd month is the 49th day, which would be called the beginning of Feast of Weeks. So, this was before the Feast of Weeks and Pentecost was actually established. The giving of the law was on the 49th day. Okay, Leviticus 23. This is where he kind of established the Feast of Weeks and Pentecost. Leviticus 23. I think I already read this one. 23, 9 through 16. I did Leviticus 23, 9, 23, 9 through 16 is what I have written down. Speaking to the children of Israel and saying to them, When ye come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits from your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before Yahweh, to be accepted to you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf a lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto Yahweh, and the meat offering thereof shall be of 2/10 deals of fine flour, mingled with oil, sweet savor. We don't need to. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched nor corn, nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God, and it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in your dwellings. And ye shall count to you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering. Here it's how to find the Feast of Weeks from the wave sheaf offering, which, if you count it up on a fixed date, comes to the 3rd day of the 3rd month.